Okay, YouTubers, tonight we're going to talk about a special video. As you can see, all the little chickens are starting to hatch, but now we got to come up with a broider. A little house, basically, for the chickens to stay in temporarily. And so we're going to start building one of them. We're going to try to make it as cheap as we can, as inexpensive. And I'll show you through the steps. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so the first thing when you're making a broider is you're going to need to come up with some kind of a barrier to put them in. This is going to be basically a temporary little house for them. You can use anything from a cardboard box to a plastic tote. Today I'm going to be using a fish tank. I actually picked this fish tank up on the side of the road, figured I might have a use for it later, put it in my storage unit, and pulled it out this morning, cleaned it all up, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, now the next thing you're going to want to do once you got that is you're going to have to put down a layer of pine shavings. I happened to got a bag today. It was only $5. I could have gotten 2, but there's a lot of pine shavings in there, and I'm not going to use that many right off. It was only $5 for that big bag at Tractor Supply, and so that's what we're going to put on the base for them to walk around and kind of scratch through and stuff. Okay, once you got your pine shavings in, they recommend anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches putting in there. I just put like 1 inch, but you can do either or. So there you go. You can see the pine chips are in there. The next thing you're going to need for them is they're going to need some sort of a heat light. Basically a light that gives them heat, because they will get cold really easy, especially in the evening indoors, if you have your house with AC and everything. So the next thing we're going to do is put a light on here. Okay, so now we got the light set up. Now the light we ended up getting for free. We knew a guy that did chickens in the past, and he had some leftover stuff kicking around. The light was one of them. We just had to put a little elbow grease in it, cleaning it all up and everything. And so that kind of saved us money on that. Now the next thing you're going to need in there, they're going to need some source of food. So the next thing we're going to put is the food, and then I'll show you that. So what I got here is I bought this at Tractor Supply. It was about $4, $5 I think. Basically they'll poke their heads in there. You'll fill that up with food. Supposedly they're going to go through a lot of food. Now I was at Tractor Supply today, and they recommended this Nature Wise food. They said that was the best food for a chick starter, which is what people mostly start off their chicks with to get them to grow. She said this was the best on the market brand in her opinion, and I looked at the price. The price was about $2 more, but there's a great magazine, I don't know, right here that they have in the store, and in that magazine there's a $2 off coupon, and she knew that I'm a coupon fanatic. So she told me about that. So that made it to where I could get the best food on the market for the same price as the less expensive brands. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some of this food, we're going to put it here, and then we'll put it in here. Okay, so the food is filled in there, and then I'm just going to shut the top and place it in. Okay, the next thing they're going to need is some source of a water. So what I've got here is this base was about $2.70 at Tractor Supply, and the top part is just a Ken's canning jar that I had kicking around. I could have bought in their plastic jar. It would have costed a little bit more, but this jar works fine. I might have to fill it up a little bit more often if they start really drinking it fast, but I'll fill it in the morning and in the evening, and I think it will be fine, but I'll keep checking it for the first couple of days to make sure. Now, an important thing to know in the water, usually people want to give their animals cold water. That's the worst thing you can do when dealing with baby chicks. They're coming out of an incubator that was 100 degrees. You don't want their body temp to start dropping fast, or they'll get sick and die. So they recommend you use warm water when you put it in there, or room temperature, and it will slowly. Now if you put it near the light, it'll get a little warmer. I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle somewhere, and I think it'll be fine in there. So we'll put the water in and we'll check that out. And this is just going to be gravity fed, so you'll fill up the water, and then you'll just flip it fast, and it will let out just enough, and it will keep letting it out as they drink it. Okay, so now I got the water in there, and now the only thing we're missing is the chicks. Now, one thing that I do want to mention too is when you first put the chicks in here, make sure you dip their beak in the water. Just put their beak in the water a little bit. That way they know that's where the water is. It's their first. That way they ain't looking around for it. They understand what it is. So just dip their beak in there and you'll be good to go. Now, hopefully this video was useful for everybody. If it was, please drop me a like. Subscribe. We're really trying to build the channel, so we're trying to get them subscribers. Hit the subscribe. Leave a comment so we know that's our payment, is your happiness, your comments. So please leave a comment, hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button. And we hope to see you on some of our other great videos. And remember, Tsquare Talk. Take care, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.